Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michaela, and on this channel we talk about cross stitch. Hopefully next year I'll get to talk about some crochet projects. Occasionally I'll talk about a book I'm reading or a TV show or movie that I watched. And then you might hear about some wedding planning that I've been doing. I'm getting married in May, so we are in like the full swing of planning everything and trying to get all of the last minute stuff done. So if that is something that you might be interested in, just stick around, hit the subscribe button, and yeah. This video today is always the longest videos for me to make, but some of my favorite. This is my 2024 end of year WIP parade. I'm going to go through all the finishes that I had for the year of 2024, and then all 20 projects that I'm bringing into 2025, and as well as going through the 12 projects that I plan to start in 2025. So it's a lot. Let me see if I can give you a little bit of statistics. I don't have very many because I don't keep track of how many stitches I do on, like, just in total or on each project. I base it off days. So every project that I work on gets a 5-day rotation. So I'm able to work on 6 projects a month. And I'm gonna stick with that theme of doing that, but the way that I am gonna do it next year, usually I just kind of pick off vibes, like what do I want to stitch, and then I'll just pick out 6 projects. I have a wheel that has all of my WIPs on it that I spin 6 times, and whatever it picks is what I work on. There is one project that is a focus piece of mine, so I work on it every month, and the way that I'm going to do it next year is if the wheel rolls the project that is my focus piece, it's going to get an extra 5 days because I really want this thing to be done. I also kind of keep track of like projects that I started semi in Notion. I tried to use Notion as like maybe I wanted to track my stitches, and I didn't really like doing that. It was just a lot for me to keep up with because most of my projects that I do have are paper patterns. I have 20 projects and only 4 of them are in markup RXP. So trying to keep track of how many stitches I'm doing on paper patterns for 16 projects was a lot. So I just really used it to track when I started things, when I finished things, and things like that. And this is just a little notebook I have, and in it has like my goals, my finishes, and then I wrote down, let's see, this first page should be fine. Actually, I'll just flip to the second page. I wrote down all of my projects, who they're by, what it's stitched on, the floss that I used when I started it, and then it has little check boxes. I'll tell you guys my broad goals, and then get into this notebook itself. So I really only have 3 goals written down, but really it's 4 goals because I thought of this goal after I filled this notebook up. So I'm really trying to have a low or no buy cross stitch year this year. There are a few exceptions. I can purchase things to finish a project, so like a frame or like the little pegs you use to like hang the string on for whatever reason. Anything that I need to finish projects, that is an exception. As well as if I have a pattern, because I have 3 projects in my want to start this year pile that I have the pattern and fabric, but I don't have the floss. So that's the exception there. If I don't have anything in stash that could work for it, then I can purchase that. My second goal is that I want to start all the projects that I currently have kitted. So I have a lot of kits, and then I have 3-ish projects that are either fully kitted already or just need floss. And then I want to finish 2 crochet projects next year in 2025. I said I think I wanted to finish at least 2 this year, and obviously that didn't happen because I was rewatching footage from my last WIP parade, and I was like, I wonder what my goals were for 2024, and it was to finish at least 4 cross stitch projects, but we blew that out of the park, so we'll get to that very soon. And then I wanted to finish a crochet project, and I just wasn't into crochet at all this year. I have been stitching on a blanket that I'm working on before bed every night, so I've made a little bit of steady progress. So hopefully we can finish 2 next year. And then I want to try to start a DMC master set. So essentially any new floss that I buy that comes on the skein, I'm gonna put it on a bobbin instead of a floss drop. I like the floss drops for, I don't know, I'm trying to get away from it. To me, it's just kind of messy because they're all just on these floss drops and they're just hanging in my closet, getting all tangled together or whatever. I really want to transition the floss drops to being used for like kits or even extra dimensions floss, because sometimes I run out of a certain color in one kit and then I can use it in another one, and those cards also get tangled, so I'm trying to be a little bit more organized. But that is basically my main goals. And you'll see with each little project it has the 25, 50, 75, and 100%. So essentially the first project that I'm going to show you is currently at 50%. And my next goal for it is to get it to 75%. But if I don't, like if I get it to 75%, then I'm not just going to stop working on it. So it's not going to come off the wheel. It's still going to be rolled. I'm just going to continue. My next goal is just going to be 100%, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So this is just a way of tracking like how many percentages I did in this year. So like I'm going to highlight what I did in 2025 in a different color than what I did in 2024. So hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, I'm really bad at explaining things, so here we are. So yeah, we're gonna start with, I need to keep this with me. We'll start with our finishes first. I'm gonna do a water break real quick. Oh, also some news from on my last video. I told you guys that it was still up in the air on whether or not I was gonna get my wisdom teeth removed, and it is happening. I'm getting my wisdom teeth removed on December 23rd. So I'm gonna have a really fun Christmas and a really fun birthday from just being in bed. With that being said, I probably, most likely, will not be doing a December wrap up because of that. I'm just gonna try not to yap so much, just so that I can get to healing or whatever. So after this video, I won't see you guys until the end of January. What's wrong, Beanie? Huh, baby? I think he wants me to sit on the couch with him, but I'm busy. I got things to do. So anyway, let's start with our finishes. Some of these are fully finished and some of these are not. I'm still working on figuring out how to fully finish some things. And then some of these things are framed professionally, which is pricey. So I will probably learn how to do framing by myself from now on. The first finish that I had this year, and I'll see if I can give you some finish dates while we're here. Here it is. I did track the finish dates in Notion for this. That's like one of the things it's pretty good for, is keeping track of all my dates. Completed. So, where is it? Okay. This pattern is called Looks Like Christmas by Shannon Christine Designs. I started this on August 8th of 2023 and I finished it on January 14th of 2024. This is stitched on I believe it's a 28 count raw Zweigart linen that has like little mini dots printed on it. This was stitched with all of the called for DMC 2/2. And I just finished it in this like little rustic white frame. Okay. Next up is Lemon Kitchen by Erin Elizabeth Designs. I started this on July 25th, 2023, and I finished this on January 26th, 2024. This is mounted to a piece of foam board. I just haven't framed it yet. This was stitched on 25 count sage green Lugana, and I stitched it 2/2. This was like one of my very first linen projects, so I really wanted to get into I really wanted to try to visualize doing the 2/2. That's why I did 25 count. But it is using all of the called for DMC for this as well. Now the next 3 finishes are from the same stitch along. This was from the Lola Creepy Christmas Village stitch along. I started this November 3rd, 2023 when it first released, and I finished all of these up on January 28th of 2024. So this one was my first finish of January, or one of my first finishes of January. This is the Creepy Crawley Gazebo. I just finished these in some flexi faux wood frames from Amazon. These are stitched on 36 count elephant run from Fox and Rabbit, using all the called for DMC, did I say that? Stitch 2/2. This was the next one. This one is called the Ghost of Christmas Past, Present, and Yet to Come, also on 36 count elephant run. And the very last one was a freebie chart that she gave us at the very end. This one is stitched on 28 count tea-dyed like linen. This is using the DMC that it called for, stitch 2/2. So it's called Mary Mole. All right, so the next one was started on April 15th, 2024. I am a medical technologist, so that means that I work in a hospital lab, and I got this project, or this pattern, from one of my managers for lab week, and it's called Y'all Mofos Need Science. And I can't remember, it was from an Etsy store and it came as a kit, and I can't remember who it was, but I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, 14 count Ada, just using the provided kit floss and things like that. So this was started April 15th, 2024 and finished April 18th. And I don't think I'm gonna finish this into anything. It's just gonna be one of my little ones that stays in the bag forever. All right, my next finish was Fall Oak by Mill Hill. I started this September 23rd of 2023, finished it on June 1st of 2024. This is 14 count tan Ada. This was the provided kit floss and beads and all that jazz. This was mounted to a piece of foam board, but it wasn't fitting in the frame how I liked it, so I'm gonna try something different. But yeah, this was my very first beading project, and I really enjoyed it. The next finish that I had, this one is Strawberry Cafe by Erin Elizabeth Designs. I started this November 13th, 2023 and finished it June 7th, 2024. This is stitched on an 18 count pumpkin patch by Forbidden Fiber Co. Using all of the called for DMC except this like pinkish color here. This was a Roxy Flosco that I changed it out for because the original DMC kind of blended in with the fabric a little too much. But all of these that Erin Elizabeth Designs comes out with are, I love them so much. They're very cute. It originally called, like the called for fabric is like a dark, like gray, but I thought putting it on an orange would be kind of fun. All right, my next finish, I had a month of finishes in June. I had a lot of projects that were really close to being finishes, so I just worked on those until they were done. It was a lot. The next one is Christmas Wonderland. This was originally a stitch along from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I started this September 25th of 2023 and I finished it June 14th of 2024. This is a 32 count gray even weave from Zweigert, using all of the called for and kit provided DMC for this. I was keeping up with this when it first came out, and then I kind of lost some steam a little bit, but it's a finish. And I do have a frame for this, it's just I haven't gotten around to framing it yet. Okay. My next finish was Spring Oak by Mill Hill. I started this February 8th, 2024 and finished it June 20th of 2024. I do have all 4 of these, and I do plan to stitch all 4 of these. So I've done winter and spring. So I just have summer and, or not winter, I've done fall and spring, and I just have winter and summer to go. But this one's so cute. Little dog. All right, we have a couple more. Hi, baby. This next one is from Heartstring Samplery. It's called All Will Be Well. I started this on July 5th, 2024 and finished it on August 15th, 2024. This is stitched on an 18 count Love Struck from Forbidden Fiber Co. using just 310. I will show you how I'm gonna finish this. I got this box from Pop Shelf. It's some, like, you can just find random stuff in Pop Shelf. But I got this box from there, and I'm gonna finish this onto some foam and put this on the box with some little pom-pom thread. This box was unfinished when I bought it, so like on the inside, and I just used some wood stain to make it dark like this. So I will be finishing that into a box, and I'm gonna put like all of my scissors and random pins and all of the random things into this box. All right, and now these last 4 finishes I got professionally framed, just picked them up on Wednesday, and they're very special to me, and I'll explain when I get to them. So this next one is Quaker of Hearts by Modern Folk Embroidery. I started this on October 4th, 2023, and I finished it August 31st of 2024. This is stitched on a 36 count Lavender Fields from Forbidden Fiber Co. And I cannot remember what color DMC this is, but you can see in the top it has 2025 as the year on it. I am going to display this piece at my wedding on our guest book table. We're not doing a traditional guest book, we're doing like a rotary phone where you can just record a voice message for us that I'm going to get turned into a vinyl record, so it's like always a cool little memory we'll have. But this was professionally framed with museum glass, since it is going to be displayed at the wedding. All right, that was finish number 12. All right, now finish number 13, 14, and 15 are exactly the same. This is called Bob White Quail from Country Cross Stitch. I started the first one of these on July 20th of 2024, and I finished the last one on October 31st of 2024. I wonder if I can hold all of them up at the same time. And they are this. It's the exact same pattern. Everything is exactly the same. These are for my mom and my aunts for Christmas. So my great-grandfather used to raise quail when they were younger, and this is a little memorial piece for them for Christmas, which is also why I got them professionally framed. So that is my giant pile of finishes. All right, so we're 18 minutes in, and we still have all of these WIPs to go through. So we will jump right in. Let me get my notebook where it needs to be here. Excuse me. All right, so these first 2 projects, I don't have a like known in my brain start date for these, so I just said the first of the month that I thought it was in. So the first project that is, or my first WIP, is Winter Cabin by Dimensions. If you've been following me for a while, you know that this has been seen every single month since like the beginning of time. This is my focus piece for, it's been my focus piece for the last like year. It's gonna be my focus piece until it's done, essentially. But this year I did make some really big progress. I do have a before picture for this one, so I will put it in somewhere. This is stitched on 16 count light blue Aida using all the provided floss from the kit. and this is where we are. I got a full page finish this year with backstitch and French knots included. So all that I have left is this half of the pattern over here. Love, one of my favorites. I cannot wait for it to be finished. I'm gonna try to put everything back in their bags. If you could, I have a massive laundry basket beside me that has all of my project bags in it. All right, the next one is Japanese Garden from Dimensions. I feel like everyone who's ever cross-stitched has cross-stitched this. I talked about it in one of my videos, I don't think last month, but the month before. I thought about putting this on pause for a while, but in the month of November, I tried a 1 strand a day kind of situation, and I really liked that. But it wasn't really, it's not feasible for me to do that right now because I'm busy with literally everything else. So I think I'm still gonna include this on my wheel rotation and work on it when it gets called. And this will become my focus piece once we're done with Winter Cabin, but I'll have a before picture of this one as well. And this is where this one is at. I can bring this down a bit. So I did all of this side, and then this was where I was doing the 1 strand a day, was over on this half of the project. And it does have pencil lines, but I promise I will wash it and it will come out. Hopefully. If not, then I might cry. All right, so that was WIP number 2. Now this next one, I have been working on it this month, so if you saw my last video, you're gonna see some progress. This is the one that was currently on my hoop. I took it off and ironed it just for this video. I will find a cover photo on my iPad just so I don't have to insert the picture, so yay editing me. All right, this is the Haunted Library by Lola Cross Stitch. I did not buy this as a stitch along. I bought this after the stitch along was done, so I got my pattern as a full pattern instead of the chapters. I forgot to tell you when I started these. Winter Cabin I started on April 1st of 2023. Japanese Garden I started July 1st of 2023, and then the Haunted Library was supposed to be my January 1st start, but I have no self-control and I started on December 30th of 2023. This is stitched on 36 count vintage country mocha, 2/2 using all the called for DMC. And I'll put a picture of where it was last time you guys saw it. This year I've only worked on this rotation that it's on right now is the second rotation I've had it out this year. The first one, I finished page 1, and this page or these bookshelves here in the middle is page 2. And it is let me see what it's at right now. So on this project, I've done 4,524 stitches, and I have 12,680 left to go, and it's sitting at 26.3%. So I'm gonna have to throw this one to the side so I can continue to work on it. This one, I don't know, maybe it's the vintage country mocha that's like, because it's a printed ADAS or printed linen, so it's like very processed type, and the weave is super even, and it's just so easy to work with. So, project number 3, WIP number 3. All right, next up we have, you're gonna see a theme with my projects. I like kits, and specifically Dimensions gold collections. I'm trying to get away from that, but I do have a lot of kits still left in my stash. So anyway, I'm gonna try to speed this up so this video is not like a million years long. So this project is called Coffee Shop by Dimensions. It's stitched on 18 count white Aida using the provided Dimensions floss, and I started this on January 5th, 2024. I'm about 50% done with this one. So this could be a finish in 2025. And I've worked on this a lot this year. It, for some reason, always seems to get called. All right, next up is, let me actually get the I have this one on Pattern Keeper. This one is called A Quilter's Dream by Modern Folk Embroidery. I am using 2 DMC colors. I'm using DMC 3688, which is the darker pink, and DMC 778, which is the lighter pink. Here is what it's going to look like. This is not the actual mock-up photo. This is like the mock-up from the pattern itself. So mine does not look like this. Mine is stitched on a 36 count oat linen from Stitch Me. It's 1/2. And this is where this one is at. I've done 4,708 stitches and I have 18,916 left to go. And this pattern itself is like 6 pages, so I'm about according to this, I am 19.93% done with this. I don't know if you can see the difference in the pinks, but you can in real life. It's very pretty. I can't remember when did I start this? I started this on January 28th. I'm gonna try to remember to tell you these things. All right, the next project is a Dimensions Petite Gold Collection. I started this on February 22nd, 2024. This is stitched on 18 count white Aida and using the provided floss. And I'm about 50% done with this. I've done the back stitch on the top half. Last rotation, I think was last month, I started working on this bottom right down here. So we are at a little over 50% on this one. So it could also be a finish in 2025. All right. Now this next one, I've swapped out 4 colors for Roxy Floss Co. just because they didn't have it at my craft store and I wanted to start this project immediately. This project is, let me see if I can find a cover photo for you guys. The Haunted Mansion Stitch Along. This was like from 2018, so I bought this as a full kit. This is from Tiny Modernist, and this is what it will look like when it is finished. So this is stitched on an 18 count Resolution by Forbidden Fiber Company. I started this on April 20th, 2024. This is where we are. The orange in the moon is switched to Under the Wire by Roxy Floss Co. This dark blue here in the house is switched to Atlantic by Roxy Floss Co. And then I think one of the purples, the lighter purple. So the lighter purple in the house is called Prince Charming. And then there's a lighter blue that I haven't used yet that I switched out for See For Yourself by Roxy Floss Co. This is stitched 2/1 on 18 count. All right, next up we have another Dimensions Gold collection. This one is Playful Snowman Ornaments. I've done 1.5 ornaments, so I'm about 25% done with this project. This is stitched on 18 count Ivory Aida. I started this on July 10th, 2024. I'm using all of the provided kit things. So the first one is fully finished with backstitch, French knots, and all that jazz. And then this was the one that I started the last time I worked on it. And we're maybe like 1/3 of the way done with the second ornament. These are super fun to work on. Okie dokie. Next up is, this is from the Fabulous House series by Cottage Garden Samplings. This is the castle. I am stitching mine on a 20 count lunar from Bestitch Me, using all of the called for DMC, Classic Colorworks, and Weeks Dye Works. The only thing I don't like is that the white kind of blends in with the fabric here. I started this on July 15th of 2024. And I'm gonna have like a whole other half of this fabric left, so I could put something else on it. Would love that. All right, now the next one, I did like a whole conversion kind of, and I haven't stitched too much on it to even notice the conversion yet, but if you do want to know my conversion, I'll put my email in the description box below, and I can send you a picture of what I used for what colors. This is Introverted by Silver Creek Samplers. I'm stitching this on a 36 count Winter Sparrow. This is stitched 2/2. I started this on August 16th, 2024, and this is all I've got. I think I worked on this for maybe a day or two, but that's it. So hopefully, maybe I can push for this one to be a finish this year. Might be a big stretch. But the conversion is mostly Roxy. I swapped out one DMC for another, and then I think I added in like a classic ColorWorks or something. So not a super crazy conversion. All right, project number 11 is Sampler Mosaic Squares by Stitch Bomb Studio. This is not what the project will look like when it's finished. The project actually starts with this one, and it goes this way, which is backwards. I don't know. But anyway, there's only like 7-ish colors in this. This is one of the 4 that I have on Pattern Keeper or Markup RXP. So this one is stitched on a white 40 count Verdal 1/2. I have done 3,256 stitches, and I have 66,962 left to go. This is sitting at 4.64%. This is essentially full coverage, but it's so fun to work on. It's just very, like, there's not many colors, there's not any confetti. It's just very methodical, and I really like that. All right, now these next 6 are from September. I had a start September because I was having a really bad case of startitis. So I just decided to start like literally everything that I own. So the first project I started in September was called Holiday House. I started this on September 1st. This is just a dimensions kit. I got this for Christmas or my birthday from my friend Kelly. This is stitched on 16 count white Aida using the dimensions floss. The top half of this project is complete except for the last name. I'm gonna put mine and my fiance's new last name there, but I had to change it because his last name is too long. So I'll put it in eventually. But this is definitely could be a finish this year because this top half I did in 5 days. So I could definitely finish this up this year. Or not this year, you know what I'm talking about. I'm in 2025, like I'm already there. I'll finish it in 2025. All right, next up, my very last one on Pattern Keeper. All right, this one is called Diamond Quaker #2 by Tinsel Cross Stitch on Etsy. This is the mock-up photo. This is stitched on a white 40 count Verdal 1/2, and that's all we got. I have done 3,946 stitches. I have 34,296 left to go, and this is sitting at 10.32%. I was having some trouble with it the last time I worked on it. It was miscounted over here in this top row, so I had to fix that, and then I couldn't get my counting correct in here, so I'm gonna start from this side next time and see if I can meet in the middle. I started this one on September 6th of 2024. Next up, this one is a Dimensions Gold Collection. This is stitched on 16 count light blue Aida. Let me get the mock-up photo for you guys. This is European Bistro. I started this on September 11th, 2024, using everything provided in the kit. You'll notice a trend. I have Dimensions Gold Collection. I love them, and I also like to leave thread hanging. So this is where this one is at. I did just work on this one this month, so if you watched my last video, there's going to be some progress. I started doing backstitch as I go because this is a very backstitch heavy project, but I'm loving the way that it's coming out. It is so fun to work on. There's a lot of blocks of the same color, but not too much, but there's also not a lot of confetti, so it's like a really good happy medium. So this one will be finished, you know, eventually. If it's like any of my other Dimensions Gold collections, it'll be almost 2 years. All right, next up, this next project I started on September 16th of 2024. This is just a plain Dimensions kit. It's not a gold collection or anything. This is Luke and Princess Leia. This was a gift from my friend Kelly for my birthday / Christmas, because my birthday is December 27th. So everyone just combines my birthday and Christmas, which is fine. This project is stitched on, is it 14 count or 16 count? I think it's 14 count now that I look at it. Yes, it's 14 count. It's stitched on 14 count black Aida, and I'm using all the called for, or not all the provided fabric, floss, and all that jazz, and I think I'm at about 25%. I started in the middle just because I usually start in the top corner, but this one is not full coverage, so I started in the middle and I did the bottom quarter, and it's back stitched and everything. So we're about 25% done with this one. I'm a big Star Wars nerd, but I didn't like the 3 new movies that they put out. The best new movie that they put out recently was Rogue One. I'll die on that hill. Hello? Okay. All right. Next up is a Mill Hill kit. This one is number 3 of our Mighty Oak Quartet. This is Summer Oak. I started this one on September 21st of 2024. This is stitched on 14 count tan Aida using all of the provided kit floss and beads. And I am planning for this one to be a finish in 2025 as well, just because it's so small. What is that? There's a stain on that. Weird. I don't know what that is. Coffee maybe, or tea? I'll have to wash it. It's not on the bag. Anyway, this one is Snowman and Friends stocking. When did I start this one? I started this one at the end of September. I think I started this September 26th. I am stitching this for my fiance Nash. Stitched on 18 count white Aida, and that is all I got when I worked on it, because I was at the end of my rope stitching on new projects. I was so tired of it. Yeah, I don't know what that stain is. Looks like I'm washing this one when I'm done here. So we're gonna set this one to the side. All right. Was this? I think this one was restarted in October. Let me see if I can find a cover photo. All right, this one is Lord of the Rings bookshelf by Taylor and Cromwell from Etsy. This is for my friend Andrew. I originally started this project in May on Ada, and I did not like how it was turning out. So I restarted it in October on some linen. This is stitched on 28 count Spellbound from Forbidden Fiber Co. using all the called for DMC. The only thing I changed was the back stitch was called for in 2 strands, and I just changed it to 1 because it looked way too bulky. But this was a 5-day rotation's worth of work here. But it was very fun. Coming down, this is WIP number 19. This one was started on November 29th of 2024. This is the Willow Queen by Nora Corbett. I had to squeeze in a Nora for Nora November. I'm stitching this on 32 count Illusion by Mystic Fabrics using all of the called for DMC silk and beads, and there is hanging thread, so yeehaw. And this is where I got to. I started this on the 29th, and then I continued to work on this for a 5-day rotation in the month of December. So if you watched my last video, there is some more progress for you guys. And I originally talked about doing her skin 1/1, but I have changed my mind since this is a linen and it's got a lot of slubs. I'm just gonna do the skin 2/2 as it calls for this time. I got this Nora chart from Keepsakes when I went to Cincinnati over Thanksgiving, and they had the bead pack already made up, so it was just too convenient not to do. All right, and then last but not least, I have not made a project bag for this one, so we're just using an Amazon special here. This one is called something. It's called The Steps, and this is a Michaels brand pattern from the loops and thread. That's what it'll look like. I think it's 18 count question mark. It's probably not. It does not tell me. I love that. It looks like an 18 count. I started this sometime this month. I had said in my previous video that if I didn't finish Summer Oak, I was gonna start a project on the 31st, just so I could start 2025 with 20 projects. But since I'm getting my wisdom teeth out, there's no way that I'm gonna finish Summer Oak because I'm just gonna be dead. So I started this one kind of preemptively, so I can have an even 20. So this one could easily be a finish in 2025. It's a lot of block stitching, but that's where we got to, using provided fabric and floss. And the floss is actually very soft and easy to work with, which is surprising, because sometimes with these like really cheap kits like this, the floss is really bad. All right, 43 minutes in, and that is all of my finishes for 2024, all of my WIPs I'm taking into 2025. I'm trying to get into the habit of actually drinking instead of using a straw, because I can't use a straw after I get these teeth out, so. Very quickly, I'm gonna show you guys what I plan to start next year, and then we'll be done. All right, so we'll start. I plan to start Winter Oak by Mill Hill, because I'm trying to get rid of all of my kits, and these are all the things that I have either kits of that are from like Dimensions, Mill Hill, things like that, or I've kitted the project. So we're gonna start this one. And then I have a Gnome Quartet by Mill Hill. I actually have already done my wheel spin, and Hiking Gnome is my January new start. So I will be starting this on January 31st. And if you guys want to start it with me and you have this project, send me an email and we'll start it. Because I'm thinking about starting an Instagram for the channel just so I can participate in like stitch alongs and things like that without having to put it all over my personal Instagram. But this is the January start. And then I want to start the other 3 that come with it. Sledding gnome, skiing gnome, and fishing gnome. And then what else did I say I was going to start this year? Here we go. I have 3 larger dimensions kits. One of them is a Dimensions Gold Collection. This one is the Gold Collection Rocky Point. It is so pretty, the waves and all that. So I'm going to start that one in 2025. I also got this one from Kelly, I think, for Christmas or my birthday. This is called Frederick the Literate. I want to start this one this year, for 2025. And then I bought this one in November. And I want to just make it say kitties at the top, so a stocking for my kitties. I spoil my little babies. All right, and then I have a couple more. These 2 projects are fully kitted up with the Flosstube fabric. This first one, Erin Elizabeth Designs Garden Shed. I'm gonna stitch this on 20 count Ada. I can't remember where I got this from. It's Witchelt, I think. So that is a start for 2025. I got all the floss and everything here. I'm dropping things. No. Perfect. And then this other start, this is start number 10. Is Nuts for Christmas, also by Erin Elizabeth Designs. I have all the floss in here, and I have some tea-dyed 28 count, and I think I want to stitch this one 1/1 full cross just to make it tiny. And then these next 2, this one is a for sure start. I don't know when I'm gonna start it, but you will probably know at least a month in advance, because I will roll for February on January-ish, like mid-January, and I won't start it until the end of February or whatever. So whatever I roll, I won't start until the end of that month. But I am gonna probably start an Instagram for the channel just so you guys can know what's up. I am gonna start Summer Quaker by Lola Studios, and this is a situation where I have fabric and I don't have floss, so I can break my no-buy rule for this. And then this one I'm also going to start, it's Sakura by Autumn Lane Stitchery, and I have 2 cuts of fabric that I might use for this. Sorry for all the crinkling. But I need to do a floss toss before I figure out which one I'm going to use. So again, this is I can buy floss for this. And then this one might be a super secret, maybe birthday start for next year. This one is High and Dry by Long Dog. Or maybe it's I Just Moved, because we are planning to move in June-ish. So maybe it's we're settled in, like we're happy kind of start. But I do have a piece of 40 count picked out for this. So it's a situation where I'll probably just buy like a cone of B5200 and start this one. But we'll see. I know that was 13, but this one might be, I might throw this one in. Maybe. We'll see how just overwhelmed I am with everything. So that is literally everything. You guys be on the lookout for any of my other videos so you can start some of these projects with me or just stitch along with me on what I am working on. Hi, baby. You don't want to say hi? No. He doesn't want to say hi this time. Yeah, if you guys have any other projects that I either have as WIPs and you want to share your progress, I'll leave my email below. I would love to see your progress and love to talk to you. And as well as if you want to start anything that I showed, we'll start it together and we'll share progress with each other and it'll be fun. That is everything I have. This was, I think, maybe one of my longest videos. Hi, baby. What you doing? You're not talking today? What you do? My sweet boy. But anyway, now I have to clean up this mess, and hopefully I have a pizza in the freezer, so I do not want to cook. What is it being going to do? Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna clean this mess up, and I'm gonna get back to stitching. So I won't see you guys until the end of January, so have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, friends.